Yo, what's going down, Commanders? I still see people questioning and asking questions about tech, especially for the last three main units we got. So I'm probably going to work from the latest one backwards, from the Commandant to the Hyperion to the technical, because I still see people asking questions about that. Hopefully I can help a few people out with this. Maybe it'll make a bit more sense. So starting off with the Commandant, obviously I haven't got that upgraded yet. I haven't even bothered to... I don't coin anything, guys. I don't coin. Very, very rarely will you see me coin a unit or anything like that, or a tech or a building. I just don't do it. But my first, with the Commandant, obviously you want the 2 gold techs. You can pick them up in the events. I believe you should be able to still pick them up in the events. I made a mistake to start off with. I went with this one without fully looking at. There's one. I made a video about this the other day, but this tech, the Fragrant Charge, level 2. It's level 2 at the minute, sorry. The read up for it's very bad. But basically what you get, because the read up's the same, it says while a unit is above 80% health, it gains a movement speed and acceleration. It says that for every single one. Basically the movement speed and acceleration is increased from level 1 is 50 for both, 60 for both, 70 for both, 80 for both, 90 for both, and then 100% for both. So acceleration and movement speed. You can go look on the forums if you want to check that one. So that's my first one I'm going to upgrade. And then obviously you're going to go with whatever is in the base for the second one. Whatever you're going to get killed by mostly in the base is generally the one you want to go with the second one. I've gone with the vehicles because vehicles do a lot more damage. So add them 2 techs together, bingo. I can't remember what the other bronze tech was. This one increases movement speed up to, and this is a permanent increase. It isn't 80% and above. I may have got it wrong with the original one I've gone with, but I'm thinking if these units are any good in PvP, I want the Fragrant Aura, or Fervent Aura. But PvE, maybe it's this one, I don't know. But yeah, that's how I'm going to go. I'm going to go Fervent Aura, and then Rabidorium Durable Exoskeleton, if you can say that 3 times fast. But I will be getting every single one of these techs maxed out. I don't see the turrets, unless a base is full of turrets, I don't see this being an important tech as of yet. There's no turrets out there that does anything over 100,000 DPS. So that's what I'm going to go with the Commandant. Until I get further information, I can only leave it at that. But the Hyperion, this is, again, it's depending on what you want to kill with it. So basically the most important one that I put onto this Hyperion is this one, which is the Hyperion Armor, which is minus 100% charge time. Unit takes 50% reduced damage from all sources for 7 seconds after taking damage for the first time. That's important. Obviously this one's probably important as well, so you want to get that. You can put one of these is 0 space, that one. That takes up 0 space, so you haven't got to worry. Did it take up 0 space? Yes. So you haven't got to worry about that one. Now moving on, and basically for PvE, my silver tech is that one, the minus 12% damage from all sources. But PvP, I've got the solar flares level maxed out. Unit takes 60% reduced damage from all sources for 15 seconds after taking 50% damage. I've got that purely for the fact is I want that second armor up on the unit. Then moving on to the bronze tech, sorry, I got confused there. I've got an increase to movement speed on it. I just want the unit faster. I want it to move faster, quicker into the fight, etc, etc. Acceleration and turn speed, it might be good. For instance, in your base, this one might be very good if the unit's static. So if someone comes into the base and it's facing a direction and it needs to turn to face the units, it will do that a lot quicker with this, and it will reach maximum speed 30% quicker. But I just prefer the 30% more movement speed. But this one makes sense, especially if you use these in holdout. That's going to make sense because they're going to be static, standing there static. So you probably want to change that over for at least holdout. Again, I want to reiterate this one. I use this tech, the Solar Flares level 6 in PvP, and I use this one in PvE. There will be a point probably in PvE where I'll switch over to this one because these are what you got with the Hyperion, and they're very good. They're very tanky units. So you can run in, take a few pop shots, take a few units out, take a few turrets out, run it out, and you've still got enough health on it where it's not going to cost you much time in repair, and you can do that up to 14 times with one tune. And that's why I use this one, the Cornell Mass Injector, because it reduces it. Plus, we've got the original 50% reduced damage taken for 7 seconds. But PvP, definitely Solar Flares so far. I will test the other way around, but I hope I ain't confusing you any more than you already was. Right, the next one is the Technical X, and this one's kind of confusing a lot of players, I believe. And what it is if you look at it in my base, this is set up for a mixed hit, and I am actually thinking about moving back to the legendary stuff, but for now I'm keeping these for now. So my first 4 units on the Technical X, I will go through these individually, but I want to show you basically what turret I've got on, what gun I've got on each one. So this one, 4 of these have got Rocket Man, and that's the one with a flag. And then I've got 4 with Flamethrower tech, and that's the one with the grenade. And then I've got 3 which are the AA flak turret, and has a small machine gun as well that shoots ground. And if I go to the workshop, I'm going to explain each one for you. So the flag is Rocket Man, and basically what you want to do is, if you're having problem with the fighter company rolling your base over really easily, when you've got the Rocket Man, you want to change one of these techs. I think it's this one, from vehicle to air. So anything that shoots air, which is Rocketman, you can change so it gives it a 30% plus damage to aircraft. Bear with me, I'm going to light my cigarette. But for me, I haven't got that problem as such. Now I've got level 20 Hyperion, so basically I've put the one against ground, 24% to vehicles. Movement speed is very important. Let's see what the other tech is. Or you could have a 24% reduction against air. I think that's a no-brainer. 60% movement speed is going to be more important. You can get out of the way of the attack over that one if you're online. Obviously the gold. This was a gold tech originally. I think they've changed the colour of it, but that's just a basic standard. You can pick that up in the event. The reason you can split between these two is what you're coming up against the most. So if you're coming up against a lot of air, go damage to aircraft. If you're going up with a lot of vehicles, go to vehicles. And if I go back, and the next one will be the grenade. Right, this one you can't change the silver tech over, because this only hits ground. So basically you want damage to vehicles. There's no point changing it over to aircraft, because the flamethrower doesn't hit, doesn't splash, doesn't kill air. So it's just basic. And then again you've got the 6-wheel drive, 60% movement speed and 60% acceleration, making it able to get out of the way of some of the shots. So that one's pretty straightforward. And then this one, the next one with the flak, AA flak, is even more straightforward. No, wrong one. Hang on, bear with me. It's the one with the moustache, that one. So this is the AA flak. So this is to combat the fighter company, the Raptors, anything to do with air. So bang that on it. Plus 30% damage to aircraft. I'm gonna sneeze. Hang on, bear with me, guys. Sorry. want to sneeze and snot all over myself. I don't know why I woke up like this morning. Maybe I've got a bit of a cold. And again, 60% movement speed and acceleration. And it's the AA gun, which is this one here. Now that's not to say that you ain't going to change and swap things around, especially in the event time. The last event we did, this one here was the best weapon you could have against them helicopters, because it would fire and the shot would be slow enough where you could fire at the unit and get your units out of there before the actual unit you were shooting at fired back at you. So that's why I used the proton. But again, it would probably be damage to ground even with the proton tech. Basically, you just want the 60% movement speed, and then you want to work out what you're killing the most with what weapon you're using, what turret you're using on it. So if it's ground you're hitting, you want damage against ground. If it's air you're hitting, you want damage against air. That's the basics. I hope I've made that easy for you guys to understand. There's only a handful of people that will probably watch this, but I always said if I can help one person out, it's worth doing a video. I think I've gone through everything with legendary stuff, or not legendary, with the uniques. You basically got to work out each tech, and then what tech's good for doing what X, Y, and Z. So you switch and change as needed. I've never got the same tech on most of my uniques. It's always, I swap it around depending on what I'm attacking. It's the same with the three I've just gone through. You just work out what you're killing more of and what each tech does, and then you switch accordingly. I could go on for hours about techs and things like that, but I'm not going to waste too much more of your time. I think I've kept you in long enough. If you watch till the end, make sure you give me the thumbs up or the thumbs down if it's not been no help to you. Maybe let me know what the reason why you haven't got no help out of it. And I'll catch you next time, guys. See you later. Bye bye.